Welcome back, Officers of the Public. Your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief, APGAINS, for another episode. And by another episode, I mean the first episode of CG apologizes, kind of, with red letters, but we won't read it. I'm sure you've already read this yourself, so I'm not going to waste your time with reading this text. Essentially, I think complaining finally worked, which is interesting. Never thought I'd see the day that complaining worked with CG, but I think it was just the case that they'd put so much blood, sweat, and tears into this. And I'll be honest, I love the raid. I think the raid is fun. I've been theory crafting with some teams. I'm having a great time. It's only, obviously, the rewards suck. And I think that they invested so much emotion into this raid that the hatred of it was so, like, they just couldn't take it anymore. It's like, I don't know. I remember being a kid and, like, I just didn't want to do my homework. And then I got mercilessly bullied by my parents. And then I did my homework. And I wasn't happy about it, but I sure did my homework. I feel like there's some similar undertones here in that they just kind of got bullied into changing it. They were, let's just say, vague with what they're going to do. They talked about, guild tokens and stuff like that. I like that they say that it's overlooked. I remember talking about AP's wager. It's better for your will to live if you assume that they're incompetent as opposed to malpractice or anything like that. So I guess AP's wager has, again, proven successful. One thing I've been hearing a lot of people talking about is they don't address get currency. Get currency is incredibly important to early players, especially if you want Jedi Knight Luke, JML, Jabba, stuff like that. Gas, Malik, characters that are good in the game and they're kind of hard to get. So what would I want ideally from this? Like, I feel like I've been so disappointed that, like, I honestly, like, a little bit easier, what do we call it? Krayt tokens or whatever the hell people are calling it. Easier access to the third tier so players can actually have access to arrow magnifiers so that they can relic 8 characters. That would be nice. Obviously, guild tokens, like they admitted that they left out. And then some amount of get currency would probably be pretty nice. I mean, like, I'll take 500 get 1, 500 get 2, or whatever it is. You get, 2 raids a week or something like that. You get 1,000 get 1, 1,000 get 2. I mean, there's players who are barely trying to do the Krayt raid, and they're just like, hey, I need a Malik, I need a gas, I need a Rolo, I need a something, I need a get 2 fleet. A lot of people aren't farming their get 2 fleets, and now it's a lot harder to get those. Obviously, there's TB and stuff like that, but still, throw us a bone, throw us a couple of get currency, throw us some shard shop currency maybe, maybe allow us to have some shard shop. Maybe they legitimately just throw in shard shop currency, like give us a couple hundred shard shop currency or something like that. That's what I would want. Is that reasonable? I would say, giving us a little bit easier access, like they talked about they're going to for the reward track, to the arrow magnifier 1 for players who actually want to get arrow magnifiers. Because right now, there's no incentive for people to do this over Sith Raid at a certain point. But if you allow them to have, not amazing access, but some access to arrow magnifiers, all of a sudden, the less gear that you're going to get from doing Krayt as opposed to the heroic Sith Raid, now you have access to arrow magnifiers, and that suddenly becomes worth it and incentivizes people to farm their Krayt teams and to care about the raid and, to put effort and time, mostly time, because that's what CG cares about, well, time and money, but put effort into the thing that they spent so much time working on. So if you can give people the get currency just a little bit of shard shop currency, actually allow guild tokens to be available. That was kind of a blunder. And then access to arrow magnifiers. I don't see how we can't go to a point where this is the greatest thing that they've done in a long time, and we can kind of let bygones be bygones, water under the bridge, and go on with our merry lives, enjoying, a fantastic raid that they put so much work into and stuff like that. Like, I think this could be the perfect way to reconcile a massive, unimaginable blunder of epic proportions. I think this can be a perfect way to kind of reconcile everything, put a nice little bow on it. Honestly, like, if they give us just a tiny bit of shard shop, a tiny bit of get, and a tiny bit of access to arrow magnifiers, just there's hope, right? Like, they don't even have to give us that much. It's more just the perception that they're helping, I think, would be massive for people's willingness to participate in the raid, to farm for the raid, but also just to enjoy it and make it semi worth doing. Because right now it's not worth doing. I think that would be fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Lakers. Hopefully they win. And then I'm going to go work more very long, very tiring days. If you want to support AP Gains or join the discussion about how awesome this is, link in the description, Patreon. Okay, bye-bye. I love you. Mwah.